Hey, what's happening, Chad here? I am here with you. Are we on the cusp of a digital dollar? And I speak of this particular subject because it not only affects us as a society, but affects every business that is out there, including my own. And if you know anything about me, you know I have business and I do promote those businesses. And you can check those links on the bottom. If you're going to like the content, please like, share, comment, and let me know your thoughts. And so, are we on the cusp of a digital dollar? And this is something that I was listening to yesterday on the Paul Barron Network and talking about the Fed now, and if it's going to have an effect on the crypto market and how it's also going to affect every business out there, including banks that are using a fractionalized system. And I found it to be very, very intriguing and a very intriguing topic that is definitely worthy of discussion. So one of the things that they were talking about is the Fed now. Fed now is a payment system that is supposed to make payments that is being used from the central bank, the U.S. dollar, and it gives you instantaneous payments out there. And, and a lot of people think it's a great thing. It's going to take crypto out of the equation and whatnot. But there's also a lot of people that believe that it's going to create that this is going to be the platform that is going to create the central bank's digital dollar. And there's a lot of things that makes it positive versus not positive, if you know what I mean. So great thing about the Fed now is that it makes payments instantaneous. It's great for that. It's amazing for that. What it sounds like that is, and that comes out in July. Now, a lot of people think that, oh, this is good. This is really bad for everything. But let's be honest, the digital transfer of money has been around for decades. If you use a credit card, that's digital. If you use a payment system like Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, that's being digital. If you're transferring money, guess what? Digital. Wiring, digital. So the digitization of money has been around for quite some time. But the difference is that it's typically used by many different banks that helps make up the particular banking systems. That's why they call it fractionalized banking. Your money is, you think you have money in there, it shows a dollar amount, but in reality, it's not really there. The banks really don't have your money in the bank, and a lot of people don't like that. So with the Fed now coming in play in July, it's supposed to make payments much faster, but also a lot of people believe that it is going to create a digital dollar, from that. And if it does, then if it does, is it really a bad thing that we are seeing with the digital dollar, since we are already doing the majority of our transactions in a digital way? Have you ever gone to Walmart and click on the scanner and the pay through your app? I've done that many times. So they can do all the things that they say they're gonna do. Like, for example, they can freeze your money. They can stop payments. And how many times have you gone into, you made a transaction and your bank decides to go ahead and flag that as fraud? Well, they do that stuff already, and the CBDC is just going to do all that, but it could do even more, which that at that point makes it a much more dangerous type of entity to have. One thing that the central bank digital dollar will do is that it could potentially take the banks from being a fractionalized type of system into a more centralized system And I believe that's what the Fed has been really wanting to do anyway. They want to get rid of the smaller banks and then bring it all into one. So that could be a bad thing, and it could also be a bad thing if, because from that point they could say, well, we don't like uh, what you are actually buying, so we are going to flag it and we're going to close your account, or we're going to take all your money, that kind of thing. And I can't remember what Paul was saying that was, but it's a way that they can really have a very focused way of watching your transactions. And that's potentially what a CBDC could do, and which could bring a lot of negative effect, to the world currency as we are seeing it now. Now, this has been done in Australia already. This has been done in China already, and a couple other places. And I know in Australia there is a big uprise against it. They've already taken away cash, and so and a lot of people are a cash based system. Especially in America, where you have a lot of business and it's cash based. So imagine being cash based, and all of a sudden you're being forced to use apps like FedNow to transact your payments, to get money, from your customers. And then what happens if the CBDC says we don't like you because your ESG isn't right, and then they decide to stop that, and that could be a very negative effect as well. And it brings me to the point of crypto, especially with Bitcoin. I don't actually, for me personally, I don't see Bitcoin ever going away. I think it's always going to be there to combat the centralization of the banking system, because people like to have things that are decentralized, that are not being central, especially in America. And even though you have the central bank out there trying to stop Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, you're still going to have the Bitcoin out there, you know, doing its thing. So no, that's just my personal opinion. But maybe Fed now does um, put a stop to the crypto, and Fed now is the new payment system that everybody's gonna be using. It's gonna be the grandest thing in the whole wide world. We don't know, but it could be. It may not be. So I guess if you're really thinking about it, it can put a dent, because they go from having how would you say, they go from being the 7 day thing to like instantaneous. So it's possible. It's very very possible. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have. I think that we are going to see a lot of changes, and I think we are already seeing a world currency change. I don't know if the U.S. dollar is going to last, or how much longer it's going to last. It's just from what I'm reading, from what I'm seeing. I'm not an expert or anything, but I'm just kind of looking at things and seeing it for what it's worth. So anyway, if you got value out of this content, please share it, like it, subscribe, and I'll see you on the flip side. And then check out my links down below, and they'll be there for you. All right, hey, y'all have an awesome day. You take care. Bye bye.